people went to court.
Okay, we go to our last story for today, but we're still talking politics. You know, anxiety seems to be brewing in the opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, ahead of the National Executive Council meeting that's slated for tomorrow. Now, the schisms are having to do with plans to select a new national chairman to replace suspended national chairman, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, if you remember, and to restrict attendance at the meeting to constitutionally recognized members. Meanwhile, it's alleged that a former River State helmsman, Nyesom Wike, is pulling all the stops to get Ambassador Umar Damagum to retain his office as national chairman of the PDP. The days ahead will tell what happens next, Jide, I think.
Yes, I'm so eager to to see what will happen at the PDP NEC, because for a long time they've not had a NEC meeting. And it's always difficult for these parties to have NEC meetings. I don't know why, even the APC.
Because major decisions are taken.
Yeah, and you know, anything can happen at a NEC meeting. That is the outside of the convention. It is the biggest decision-making organ of the party outside of the convention. The convention is the most powerful. Any decision reached at convention grant. Now, Nyesom Wike has been playing all kinds of games with the PDP, and I've asked repeatedly.
But he does not hold any position in the party.
No,
yes, but he's a very strong party member. At the same time, he's serving an APC government. You can say that nothing precludes him from serving his fatherland. And he's doing a damn good job.
Very good job.
When people say, oh, what has changed since this government got into office? Some of our people, they ask the same questions on social media. Ignorance-fueled questions. That tell me what has changed. Tell me one achievement of this government. If you have eyes that see in daytime, because if eyes don't see after nightfall, you can say, okay, maybe the place is dimly lit or something. But you have eyes that see in daytime, you are not going to say Wike is not working. And this has nothing to do with whether I like him. People see me here criticizing him. But the kind of work that he's doing in Abuja, even his enemies will admit. This is one way of answering those who say, nothing has happened since that Baba took office. These statements are instigated by deep-seated hatred and anger about the outcome of the primaries of the APC and the general election itself that produced Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president. Wike is one of the undoubted stars of this administration. You just need to drive around Abuja. In fact, somebody was telling me that some of our drivers, they get lost now on Abuja roads.
Okay.
Yes, because some roads that they did not know have interconnectivity, Wike has suddenly made them to have interconnectivity. So where you thought this road used to terminate, no, it's actually taking you elsewhere. So that's by the way. I'm saying that he has the right to serve his country. In other countries, especially the US, when a Republican president comes in, he will headhunt bright people in the Democratic Party to come and serve in his government. I've seen that happen. So if within his right to serve his country, some people said what he did was unconstitutional. I don't know if in the constitution of the PDP it is written that you must not serve a ruling party.
Even got approval from party.
That's what it's. You know, it's one of the things that they hold against. They believe that Damagum is his man.
We had the late Bola Ige AD at the time, serving in Obasanjo.
Yes, Obasanjo, even Abdul Kadri, national chairman of AD,
then
served in his government.
Yeah.
Obasanjo used a number of them. Remember the Maman, the NTA man?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, who was also who was ambassador to Spain.
Yeah.
He also served in the government,
Okay.
and he was from a rival party. So,
Mama Yusuf.
yes.
Mama Yusuf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Wike wants Damagum to continue. But something happened today that may actually tilt the scales.
Okay.
All along, Iyorchia Ayu had sued the PDP about the manner in which he was
Pushed out.
pushed out. But today, it's been confirmed that he has withdrawn that case. He is discontinuing the case. There is a notice from the court saying that that case has been discontinued. That will now fuel the agitation that the chairmanship should remain in the North Central.
Okay.
Yes, because the coming of Damagum was based on the sudden removal of this man, of Ayu. But now with Ayu out of the way, and having said it's not going to court anymore, people have been pushing that it should go to the North Central. Now people like Gabriel Suswan, former governor of Benue, he wants to be national chairman.
Okay, yeah.
There are others too. They want this thing to go, but since the former chairman is from North Central and he didn't finish his term. So that sentiment may determine who will become the acting national chairman of the party. But I also know that Wike has he still has his loyalists within the party. And that's why you ask yourself, how come they've not been able to move against him? I think every time they are thinking about the implication that if we move against this guy, what could happen? They know he has resources, they know he's a fighter. So it is a straight battle for control of the party between him and Atiku at this time. Whether the younger people in the party will side with a Wike or simply say, look, Wike has been a thorn. Yes, let us side Atiku so that Atiku can take control of the party. But there are those who will say, look, this party does not belong to Atiku. He's been using this party to collect a presidential ticket and has never managed to win an election. Others too are in the party. What they too should feel that the party belongs to them. So it's a very tricky thing, but the governors will decide, as it has always been the case. The governors will decide where the pendulum swings. But
Mayor, I cannot forget. Sorry, without prejudice to what you were going to say. You know, I cannot forget when there was going to be a convention of the PDP somewhere, and Wike insisted on it being held in Port Harcourt. If you didn't bring it here, forget it.
Yes.
Yeah, because at that time
he was supporting Tambuwal. He thought he would be able to help Tambuwal to win.
He wanted Tambuwal to be the candidate then. And then the military class sent a delegation to Obasanjo for him to forgive Atiku then. And they moved into Port Harcourt and they changed it. That's one of the reasons why that was one of the beginning of the problem with Wike and members of the party. Because at that time, Wike was the major financier of the party. Yes. And he thought he would be able to install Tambuwal. But the military class were able to, last minute, convince people to go with Atiku.
Yeah.
People like Guso.
In PDP, there are three tendencies.
Okay.
The governors, Atiku, and the establishment within the party, and the Wike tendencies. Those are the three tendencies within the party. All of them now are fighting for the chairmanship of the party. But the Atiku and the establishment tendencies seems to have an edge. Why they have an edge is because they've met and different power blocks have already endorsed Suswan to be chairman. So it's likely that Suswan is going to be the next chairman of PDP. Because their own argument, like he said, was that they want somebody to complete the tenure of Ayu.
Yeah.
But For Ayu to withdraw that case is because he has been convinced to do so. Because they won't be able to do anything without him getting along with the establishment.
Okay.
So the establishment will be able to convince him to say, look, let us move forward and be able to outsmart Wike. Because they know that if that lacuna is there, what the Wike group will argue is that let us continue with the status quo as it is. And the present chairman will be returned. So because they don't want that, they'll be able to convince you to say, look, the only way we can outsmart Wike is for you to remove this case. So that we can now say that let somebody from the North Central complete this your term. And they have already, the people from the North Central and the people from the North Central have already endorsed Tussle as their candidate. So that's the power play that we are looking forward to tomorrow. I know that Wike, you see, Wike is an excellent politician. You have to give that to him because they've always wanted to deal with him, but they cannot deal with him because he covers his tracks. What are you going to accuse him of? If you say that he has joined PDP, before he did that, he wrote a letter to executives of his party.
You mean joined APC?
Before joining APC, he wrote...
Administration.
Yes. He wrote, before joining the APC's administration as minister, he wrote to executives of his party from the wards to the state. As
expected.
Yes. Informing them that, oh, I've been asked to do this national assignment. So he has already covered the tracks. You cannot now say that he has done anti-party because anybody, it is an honor to serve your country.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he has already covered the tracks. And that's why the fact that when he was doing anti-party and he was against the party in the last election through association with other people, they could not do anything to him, and he's still a major player in the party. You have to give it to him that he's a damn good politician.
He's controlling,
but I think they are going to outsmart him.
Controlling two parties in the past now. His men are in control of APC.
Yeah.
His men are in control of
PDP.
One person controlling two parties.
In fact, the governor complained recently that the new executives in PDP,
that list
were his men.
You know, they said that the caretaker is a joke and this and but PDP came out to say, look, there's nothing wrong with that caretaker list. Because he addressed the people and said, look, it's a joke taken too far. That list will not see the light of day. What? The party came out to say that list is authentic. So what do you do?
Because the chairman of the party is in his
yes.
And when you have the chairman, you are very powerful. So you have to give it to
will
Wike.
Still find a way to.
But I think I think the other side will probably win this battle that we're looking at.
Yes, because he doesn't have his friends, the governors. A good number of them left after May 29. So I think now, apart from Fintri, the governor of Adama and Sheyi, I don't think he has governors. Anymore. And those people are usually the difference makers.
All right. Gentlemen, I'm reminded in this connection of another saying. In politics, stupidity is not a handicap.
It's not.
Live and make it day there. All right, so I hear we must go. So not before thanking Biko. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
And Mayor Akikbalo, many thanks too.
We're
done, but if you missed our show, not to worry. Later tonight at 11, you have the opportunity of watching a repeat broadcast. And on Sunday, we expand the field for you, as I always say, from between 1:30 to 3:30. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now. Take care.